Join us on the Shark Stream.
And join us on Shark Stream.
Join us on the Shark Stream.
Join me on the Shark Stream.
Join us on the Shark Stream tonight.
Welcome back, everyone. Back in the booth with a little action match going on between Teddy Znuj and Bailey. And so I have not changed the names here yet. And you'll find out who's what color on their scoreboard. It's a race to 6, list match rules. All right, I am back in the booth. That's why there was no silence, because I was not in the booth. To go find my phone, so obviously I can go with the Indie Gal method, like, share, and donate. Also, if you want to subscribe, We have a nice upcoming event, subscribers only. Lucas versus Earl Strickland with 3 undercard matches. I'll pull up the flyer after this ball goes. Wow. See what Teddy does with this. Stays out of a pocket once he makes that. Very nice shot, Teddy. Told him he's red. Let's hope that he listened. Need this title. Everyone watching out there, the title was wrong. Started it quick because they were already mid-break. And when I started it and I had to update the title, it is Teddy Znuj versus Bailey Hood. A little bit of action on this table. A 2-man tournament going on, we'll say. Race to 6, list rules. And hopefully, if Lucas could get table 8 to himself in a little bit, he will try and do a straight pool run. See how many balls he can get up to. Practicing all day. I don't think that's really where he wanted. I think he was trying to draw it back, but ended up with a stop. Still not bad. Side pockets on this table are a little tight. Very nice. Very nice. Uses the 7. I think he's straight on that 6. He's going to have to hit it hard if he wants to draw it back. If he's straight, I don't think he's got enough angle to go off the rail. See how his draw stroke is this time. Was it back enough? Have a nice angle on that 8. A great run so far. Get some chatting in the viewer chat. Oh, wow. Very nice leave on that. Not a great shot for the 8, but even if not, he could have shot it up in the top right and floated the cue ball up for the 9. Now he ends up Looking pretty nice with this as a safe, though. That's because you're not down here, Paul. You were down here with me, buddy. We could have been doing this together. Especially on a Teddy match. Yeah, sorry, Brian. I actually had to run out and grab my phone. That's why I wasn't in the booth. Very nice shot by Teddy. Good position on the 9. Takes it. Have a 2-0 race or 2-0 match. I don't know what Teddy's actual number is in the list. Bailey is 26, so I don't know how high Teddy is or low Teddy is compared to him, but I think they're around even. Close to, at least, within a few. This is not a list match. Stall in the action here. Figure this one out. It was safe. I just hope he doesn't end up in that opposite side pocket. Nice. Ends up pretty good. Is he that close to top 5? Well, I don't know. I'd have to check. What are you doing tonight, Paul? I'll go grudge match 4. Get Teddy in the booth for grudge match 4. Nice save from Bailey. Oh, he gets the double bank. Wow. Let's watch that again. That was a great shot, Teddy. I might go as far as to say that one was real worthy. That's unfortunate. A little harder. Ooh, Teddy is number 9. Like Andy Gow would say, Teddy, get out of the chat, get your head in the game, though. He's doing pretty well. Up 2-0 right now. Bailey looking for a run to bring it back, get a game back on him. Shot on the floor. Teddy's Teddy's got back up to the table. He's not there right this second. He's coming down here. I'm gonna try and pull it back. Something like that. Something. Banked it. Up okay. Not sure if he intended on banking it or was actually going for the corner, but either way it works. Bad miss, left himself good on the 9, left Teddy a very long shot on the 8. He can deal with this. Bank it and get back for the 9, I think is what he's looking at. Let's say a better position. Did go for the bank. End up well. Bailey will have a good angle to actually be able to get back to the 9. Not a bad shot either. Enough, but he will have. He'll have to get out the bridge for this. He's going for an extension? No. He's rethinking the extension. Gonna have to go for a bridge for this cut. Makes it that much more difficult. Not unmakeable by any means. Wow. Don't do it. Hit the rail. Sorry, Teddy. I know you're watching and possibly listening, but that was a good shot. I didn't want to see him scratch on it. Got 2-1 in a race to 6. A little bit of cash on the table. I believe I heard something about 100. Not sure. We at the stream, we don't generally keep track of exactly what it is, usually, unless they tell us exactly, but hey, I got Brian Brennan.
The darkness.
Yeah, turn the lights on, man. Join
It's all
me.
good, man. I was listening to the Shark stream over at the Elks one, like I said earlier, and then I saw that you went live again, and I see Teddy, and I'm like, I have to stop down tonight and make fun of Teddy in the booth.
Teddy's shooting great, I
Is he
gotta
really?
say, yeah. Teddy is showing us some good stuff here.
Got some chops.
I'll tell you,
Pretty cool.
I like playing Teddy, and the problem with me playing Teddy is I see him play so well at times that when I play him and I see him miss certain shots, like, are you giving me this game because you feel bad for me?
I assure you that is not the case.
You know, we don't play for money or anything. It's
No.
usually just fun.
Hanging him around.
Yeah.
Teddy's one of the only players
Look, he's bringing out the jump cue.
that I've actually sat in scrimmage with a couple times in recent months. I played him with a house cue. And I'll let Teddy describe how the results went, but he just went a little left on that one.
Yeah, he's been doing that with his jump shots. He doesn't hit them straight for some reason. They come off with a little crooked with a left spin on them. So
Gotcha.
he's been working on it. I think his
Practice.
yeah, I think he really needs to just, which, you know, practice is hard because you don't want to be sitting there bouncing balls on the
takes a
table all day.
hell of a lot of discipline to sit there for hours. I know players like Lucas, I just walk by outside, and then some of the other ones that are trying to make a living playing this sport. You have to have that discipline to put in that 5 hours a day. You know, Jonas talked about it when he announced his affiliation with McDermott.
Yep.
Alberto Delgado. Darn it.
Or Delgado.
Jose Alberto Delgado.
Yep.
Said the same thing in an interview when he just announced his affiliation. It's like a job. If you're going to treat it like a job,
it is.
You got to go to work.
Yeah, it is a job.
That's your primary source of income. You got to spend 5 hours a day, or technically,
Minimum.
I suppose 8 hours a day practicing. But whatever number of hours a day it requires, you absolutely have to get in there, get on the table, run drills, keep practicing, hammering it in, figuring stuff out. So I respect anyone that can put that kind of discipline together.
Yeah, I got to give it to you. There's a lot of younger guys here.
In
Um,
their 20s.
yeah, in their 20s, younger than us. Younger than us. You know, not.
I just dropped off my 12-year-old, so I get it.
That are doing it, and you could see
the intensity, the dedication, just getting that muscle memory together, and it shows when these guys are walking around the table. They're not calculating their next shot; they already know their next shot.
Yeah, because
they're calculating a few moves ahead, like they do in chess, and it's just automatic. It's like, I already know I got to hit this with a half a tip of low right, and move on to the next ball, and the next ball, and the next ball, and that only comes with that kind of dedication and that kind of focus. So is this for anything? Is this a list match, or
this is an action match? They got some money on the line.
There's just was Teddy talking crap?
No.
It's like, I see you missed your bid for the list, and therefore I'm going to come out and just kick you when you're down. I mean, it was I love the fact that these list matches are starting to become almost monetizable. Oscar put his list spot up for the chance at a jump queue. Bobby did the same thing very recently.
Yep.
There's a lot of prestige in being at the top of the list here, so you can actually take a couple of challenges here and there and make yourself a jump queue, a break queue, a couple of bucks in your pocket.
Oscar, I think he's losing his spot.
He lost his spot, but there is a clause where he does get a rematch. So I'm looking forward to seeing Oscar come back and try to reclaim his top 10 spot.
Me too. And
then, of course, we have Ashley coming up hard. Everyone in the top 10 should be looking out for Ashley right now. And oof, man, I'd be a little scared too. I made fun of Bobby the other day, and I hate to say that because it's Bobby and this is the Shark Stream. He said he'd retire before he decided to let Ashley take his spot on this one.
I think Bobby's a little tired of training all these kids
and then watching them kick his butt.
Yeah, grow up.
That all of a sudden the Padawan becomes the master.
Not that Ashley's a kid, but
no, neither is Lucas.
Bobby.
I always say the same thing. He's the Connecticut kid, the CT kid. You see Lucas on these broadcasts, the Connecticut kid. I'm like, dude, it's 22. He's a man. But then you got
Bobby's been training Lucas
since he was 12 years old. He put a picture up on
Teddy
on one of the Facebook feeds, either his own personal or one of the Yale Billiards feeds. He took a picture, and I just said, I just dropped my son off. He's 12 years old, and there's a picture of Lucas standing at the table. Exact same age.
That was Bailey. I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, he was really young when he started.
It makes me want to grab Sean, my son, by the ear and just like, all right, you're going to learn how to play pool and you're going to support me when I'm old. Older.
Lucas is out there right now playing a little bit.
He's banging him around on table 8.
Yep. I told him to let me know if he's going to do some straight pool. I want to get a ball count.
Yeah.
Do a ball counter in here for him and see what he could do.
That'd be pretty sweet. I know, I think I mentioned I've been in the booth 20 hours this weekend, but I think I mentioned sometime at one of the broadcasts recently where I had a conversation with Lucas and I asked him what his top straight pool ball count was, and he said 72, and I'm like, I'm 78. And but that was, of course, 20-something years ago.
That shot.
Yeah, Brian Merrick in the house.
Yeah.
Nah.
Fired that a little too hard, but
I did mention to Lucas, I said, my best is 78, and then Lucas turned around and just basically walked toward the table. I don't know if it had anything to do with our conversation. And then he ran 140-something plus balls just to prove a point. But that was a pleasure to watch. I kind of wish in hindsight, that I just jumped back in the booth and let everybody see that. But he did. He ran out like 10 racks and 9.5 racks, something like that, for 140 balls. So if he does do that again, I'll be happy to sit here and just
watch and
recount.
Yeah.
How awesome I used to be and how awesome Lucas actually is right now. So that'd be cool. And he'd just flip off 3-4 racks and practice drills like it's nothing. That used to be big money for me. I guess I was gonna get on the 7 here. This is Bailey, right?
Yes. Try and power it forward, move the 9. Yeah, like that.
But
Ends up,
good news.
it squeaked out. He might be able to go off the
He'll go
rail.
rail first on this one if he has to.
No, no, he's getting down on it. I think he's got rail first. He's gonna come up short though. To me, it looks like he can only hit here.
He's gonna need a little swerve.
Oh, he does it. And it falls. Nice shot, Teddy.
Good shot, Teddy.
Little Masse goes a long way.
A clean cut at the 7.
He didn't have it.
Didn't have it in the pocket.
These are tough though. You make that great shot and then you end up stuck, and now you're looking at giving up the 7, 8, 9, and
Every shot's a brand new game, so you just got to sit there and stare and say, okay, what would I do? Not just what I just do. What do I do now? Oh, Paul Mucci's in the commenters. We actually got 30 viewers. That's cool. Mentioned to Bobby actually last night. You know that the cue balls on 4 and 8 are different? That's weird because
they are?
Yeah, Lance Lascotti pointed it out to me. He said the measle ball on table 4 is black and it has an extra spot, and the measle ball on 8 is red and it doesn't have the extra spot. And so I mentioned that. I was like, I've never heard personally the term measle ball, but it makes sense when you say it out loud. You know, cue with red dimples on it, right?
Yeah.
Red dots, rather. And so I pointed that out to Bobby, and then immediately, I don't know, Bobby's got the same level of OCD that I did. We basically started on a
looking through all the
manhunt on all the racks to see if somebody switched cue, and we did find it. So it turns out that is the cue with the black dots with 1 extra dot is a Aramith black table set.
Yes.
And therefore,
so now they're both the same, right?
Now 4 and 8 are the same. Yeah. So
I think what happens is sometimes, especially with table 4,
they'll swap the balls.
Yes, but they don't swap the cue ball.
Yep. I think you're exactly right on that.
And that's how it ends up happening.
So we found it on, I think, table 7's rack of balls or something like that.
Which makes sense because it's right next to table 8.
Exactly.
And the first table that usually everybody gets off of when there's a tournament, or they stop putting out.
Yeah, they just go right over to the next door table and just start banging them around. So that makes sense. But yeah, it was funny. As soon as Lance pointed that out to me and I pointed it out to Bobby, Bobby had a little twitch in his head, be like, "Oh, really? The balls aren't set correctly."
So I'm a terrible scorekeeper because pretty sure I missed actually 2. No, I didn't. All right.
Well, you and the flip tags are doing, and there's Terry.
Yeah, and I got them at the right colors. I walked out and I said, Teddy, you're red.
Oh, you did the same thing we did last night. We got to align.
Yes. It's so much easier if you know. If
flip tags with the actual
right.
scores on the screen.
I mean, usually you just know what side it is, and then you go, but then you go to look at the score, and if it's near even, it could be confusing, especially when you're doing that 9 ball.
Yeah, I've had the same thing where I'm sitting in the booth and it's like, okay, let me check the camera on the PTZ and well, wait a minute, which one's red, which one's actually blue?
Look at this. Teddy's got ball in hand. Every ball has a pocket. 2 to the 4 is probably
that's the only problem ball.
Yeah, and well,
I wouldn't even. He missed ball in hand. Teddy. I told him when I walked by.
Joey Rax tonight because that's a Joey Rax move all day.
I told him as I walked by, I shook his hand, I said hello, and I said, I'm going in the booth and I'm going to make fun of you.
Oh.
And he's like, yeah, dude, I know.
Oh, Teddy.
The only reason I didn't go home and just make dinner and decided to steer the car down here after I dropped my son off was I'm like, oh, Teddy's playing? So, hi, Teddy. Hope you're listening. If not now, then in the future.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, but I believe that's one of the guys I was talking about, Andre. 4 or 5 hours a day. I see him play every day.
Just practicing.
Dylan, same thing. Thomas is down here. I don't know if he's as serious with the practicing stuff, but he is playing a lot of hours a day. The younger guys are really getting into it, and we like to see it.
Absolutely. I mean, hell, I started playing pool when I was 13. I got my driver's license when I was 16, like literally the day I turned 16. And I was always at Q Stick Billiard Parlor, just playing 4 or 5 hours. My parents went nuts. But
Yeah.
that's how you get good. You put in the time, you play people that are better than you, and you learn the game. So I was super excited this weekend to see Jason Longo in the Make a Score tour on Saturday. Came in 7th, 8th as like an under 500 Fargo. So he represented a field of 64 to actually be able to accomplish that, get a little cash in your pocket. But what a great experience that must be. I mean, I've been there, done that. That's how you get better. You get your head in the game, play some extra hours, play better players, pick up some stuff along the way. It's Bailey thinking about here is he looked like he was jacking up for a masse shot. Now he's contemplating the kick. Yeah.
The funny thing is that a 3-rail is almost a perfect hit on this, but he kicked it. That would have been nice. 3-rail from right around here
Yes.
comes almost dead perfect to that with a lot of spin, something to that effect.
And geometrically speaking, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but geometrically speaking, it is self-correcting and it literally virtually makes the ball about twice as big when it's sitting on the corner like that, because you can miss an inch and a half to the left
Teddy.
or an inch and a half to the right and still make contact. That's the entire fundamental concept of what they used to call billiards.
Actually going to go on here because he made one hell of a shot earlier.
Throw it up
It
as
was real material. Yeah.
Nice.
Thin cut double bank.
A lot of stroke, but the problem is now he put himself out of the actual zone to make this ball. Kevin Canny, hey, what's all right? We got somebody on Team Teddy. Scratch.
Talk about Teddy like that.
I said I was going to be the one to make fun of Teddy. Stop horning in on my game.
All right, Teddy, let's go. I like seeing a nice close game. That's a good shot.
So it's just a little side action. There's no list spot, no.
No, just an action match.
Gotcha.
Heard something around 100, but I don't know if that's between the two of them or for both or for each. But
Teddy's not happy with that one.
yeah, so watch this one right here. Let me take seconds.
This is tonight?
Yeah, this is from tonight's game. I'm just doing a quick recording to make a reel. But look at how stuck he is there. Like barely any of that one ball. Oh, Teddy's going to the air now.
Oh, he Z'd it into the other side. Look at that. Nice shot, Teddy.
Yeah. Teddy's attempt at the jump there, little unsuccessful. He is going left. His I believe it's just his aim. I think his aim's a little off on the cue ball. So he's ending up a little left. But he is practicing it when he gets the chance, so it's a good thing. Unfortunate thing is that he left him with 6, 7, 8, 9. If he could run those 4 balls, he'd lose
6, 7, 8, 9 with ball in hand. And all you need is a half a tip of draw here. Get on the 8 and the 9's easy peasy. Okay, went forward. Put him in my choice, but should still be okay. You can pocket this in the lower left corner. and still be in okay position with the cue as long as he doesn't try to slam it. Or with the 9, rather. Oh,
Ooh, I thought he was going the other side.
I thought so too.
Oh,
And that was straight up the worst case scenario. But
Bailey
in
gives him
this,
the ball in hand with
I
a
was going to say,
shot on
in
the
the spirit of making fun of Teddy, Teddy has ball in hand. Just don't miss ball in hand again.
Yeah. Yeah, just add a little bit of angle to it.
Just get yourself about 6 inches, 6 inches off the rail. You'll be in great shape.
See it with a little stop, that cue ball roll out enough to be almost dead straight on that 9.
You want to be here. Determines what color the drawings are.
Control C.
No,
We changed it from red to white. I
Ah,
believe red
well.
is the automatic, what it starts as. And me and Teddy were changing it up, and
because it seems like
I had a color button on
it's
the
green, it's red, it's white. It just seems like totally random, and I didn't know what kind of system.
I had a color on the button, but
Gotcha.
obviously you've seen the stream decks we have and the number of
I've
buttons.
seen it once or twice. Teddy goes up 3-2.
We have increased the number of buttons to obscene amount.
Yeah, I mean,
all the pages.
You flummoxed Chicken the other day, like when he came in and took over for me on the Make a Score tour. He looked at all the colored in buttons and he's like, "Where's the?" He's like panicking. Where's the normal one? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I added these in. I should just probably
make a tournament page. Yeah, that's probably not a bad plan. Keep it simple for the fellas.
Then just delete those out and move everything. But the race buttons, I can't get rid
The
of.
The race makes sense. All the best intentions. Here we go, Teddy, breaking them up. Ended up with the cue behind the rack somehow. Try. Like Bailey's got a chance here. I'm the incoming player. I'm pretty excited about this leave. I don't see any trouble. I mean, the one's a long shot, but make the 2. You're pretty much ready to rock and roll at that point.
It is a good. Hope he doesn't get stuck behind the 8 and the 4.
Oh, just hit it a little thick. But even with that, I mean, that was a good leave, but it was a little bit of a tricky cut. They're on table 4 tonight, right?
He's gonna have to go around. I mean, that the 2 looks like it's sticking out of the pocket. It shouldn't be too hard. Hit it. Yeah, that's
Not what I. Yeah, he had the same facial expression.
no, he wanted to come with the rails.
He wanted to get back
hard
to
at all and just let it spin itself
right.
out.
He wanted to get back to the center break head break spot, basically the rack spot.
He tried to add a little spin and just missed it.
Yep. Ball in hand, Bailey.
Gotta grab a drink. Right back. 2 seconds. Just gonna grab a glass of water.
Okay, well, this is actually a pretty. Seems like it'd be pretty easy to make the 4, obviously, but getting on the 5 is going to take a little bit of finesse because you want to miss that 8 ball. Wants to thin it softly. hard to say if he's got a good look at this one. I think the 8 might have a piece. I guess we'll see. I mean, oh, he looks like he's going in the air here. Jump shot. It's unfortunate. That's always a risk when you go to the air. Gotta make sure it lands before it pops off like that. But that'll give Teddy ball in hand.
Okay.
Kelly went for a jump shot and popped it off the table, so Teddy got ball in hand.
Listen to
Okay.
go. That guy made the mics really sensitive in here. So
Some tech guy did that.
I don't know what
I'm
he
not
was
pointing
thinking.
any fingers, but
Know what he was thinking. Should probably go on YouTube, rewind, and see if I.
one night is this rack your own or rack for your opponent? Because Teddy's racking. I thought it was already 3-2. Ah, no, it's
4-2 Teddy. Really is getting chances to get in there, but capitalizing on the opportunities. Teddy's not exactly. Bailey left them at 8-9. Oh my God! Look at that!
Wow.
Break. 3 balls on the break. What a break, Teddy.
It's funny because, I mean, there was, I wouldn't say complaints is not the right word, but people have been a little frustrated about breaking or racking on table 4 over the last couple days. The spot's just worn out.
It is.
So
Teddy plays on it enough to know that you have to put it forward.
you really do have to go a little up or down.
Or at least to watch it.
But then, like, Bill Davis, Saturday? It must have been make a score Saturday. He broke and hit 5 balls on the snap. So as long as you can get them placed correctly, you can still snap them pretty good. And that was a great break right there, Teddy. Blocking the 1 on the left. Bank it. I think he tried to sneak the 1 by the 3 for a safe play, but collided with it and left Teddy a pretty easy shot at the 1.
It is list match rules, so it is rack hero.
It is regular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, list match rules.
Oh, in an action match, you can pretty much set your own rules. You got to play with the backhand of a mop handle. That's actually been
I am so good.
in my history.
I did not get picked up saying speaking.
Did you really?
No, not at all.
Yeah, there's our audio engineer
It's I
preventing
told you it's a
preventing disparaging remarks from going out live over the air.
You know what? Actually, while we're in here,
Yep.
if you want to keep watching the game and
I
talking, and
will.
I want to look at see if it's possible to add a bleep button.
Oh, the dump button, yeah.
Good. This is a good time to check this out because we are live.
We had 2 incidents last night that we figured maybe it's time to put a dump button on, so because we want to keep it all family friendly, of course.
I mean, there is one problem with it. You know, in my opinion,
Is it chicken lat?
we got to get the users to use it. It's not, even me. I just got to remember it's there and even have it because
Somebody drops a word that you don't want.
yeah,
You just got to remember to panic and press.
yeah. I don't know if I can get this to do it.
Oh, maybe.
That's one of the biggest problems.
I have a Staples button that we can wire into the computer if you want. A big, that was easy button, just like whack. And then we can wire that to a USB port. Look at that save.
Add some programming to it and boom.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, so, well, this is the problem is this right here.
Yeah.
This, I believe, would need to be up once it actually loads in.
We'll have to do some homework. I did actually some homework today.
And then if we have this up, we won't have this up.
Right.
And then, or this. You know what
You'd
I
have
mean?
to find a different dock for it.
Yeah.
But I did some homework, and I think it's.
You think that the scoreboard's doable? Or
I think that I could code that in a half hour.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, would it have would it have to be wired or wireless? I don't believe that.
Totally wireless. And the way it works is I don't want to nerd out everybody and affect our 25 users. But yes, the tablets that are on the Wi-Fi network would be able to manipulate a file on a Samba share from this computer. So all this computer has to do is share one folder.
Share one folder, yeah.
And then the tablet just manipulates the files. OBS detects that the files changed and changes the score accordingly.
Which is what the Stream Deck does anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'd be able, we just have a file called table 4 player 1 name, table 4 player 2 name, table 4 player 1 score, just have all those different files out there.
Mm-hmm.
And the tablet just tweaks what's inside.
So when you do it, just remember that you have to put an enter button in and program the
submit.
Yeah, so that it actually saves the file because the only way OBS really gets it is by it saving.
Yeah, no, that what I would do is I would put like a score plus minus, race plus minus, same buttons we have on the Shark Stream Deck here. And it would open the file, alter the contents, close the file every time you press the button.
Yeah, because I think every key, it's almost like every key you press on this adds a save to it, which is why it looks like you're typing in the box. And why some letters don't get, every once in a while you're typing, it doesn't pick up a letter.
That's why there's a little lag, I'm sure.
Yep.
Oh, nice shot. Got around the 9. But that's basically what the tablets would be doing, is just changing files around. And then OBS is like, oh, that file changed. I'll update my screen.
This is all of our stream info, what we're actually sending, bitrate, FPS,
Very cool.
I don't see a way of
dumping a period of video before it actually hits the outbound stream. That intuitively feels like an OBS part, like a plugin. It would have to buffer 7 seconds. I mean, other live broadcasters have to have come into this thing, so I'll go on Reddit tomorrow and see if there's a way to tell OBS buffer 7 seconds, and then if the broadcaster presses a button, dump that 7 seconds right away and just go live until the next break. So then you hit the commercial button, it refills the buffer.
I mean, there is a buffer already running anyway
So there's got to be a way to tell
for
OBS.
video, but I don't know about with audio.
Well,
I don't know if it separates the two.
A little homework. But it's got to be a thing, because that's just every broadcaster's nightmare. Is somebody comes on a live video and does something untoward, then all of a sudden it's out on the world. So there's got to be a way to just put it. I'm just going to go on Reddit and say OBS Studio dump button, Reddit.
Well, I mean, we've all seen the Grammys, so we're not certain that those buttons always work.
You do have to be paying attention to press the dump button.
Right. That's true.
I know at one point when Howard Stern was back, it was still on terrestrial radio and not on Sirius. There was literally a guy that was paid full time to listen to the show and hit the dump button when it was necessary. And a back cut.
On bank. Oh, he's back.
He tried the back cut. Came up a little wide. But look at this result. Counters and badges.
Not bad at all.
It's a total save.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going for that shot all day. Does it bank? Looks like he's got too much angle to bank for the corner. Possibly not.
Because I do work on pinball machines, I'm not kidding when I say I can wire up a Staples Easy button to a USB port, have the computer understand that it's being held.
Yeah.
We'll get the "that was easy" button from Staples. We'll scratch it off and put dump. Plug it into the monitor over here and just tell OBS this button's being pressed. Dump your buffer. Head going up 5-2. He is. What was the score? Yeah, all right. So Teddy's got to be up now, 5-2.
We are Hill 2. John versus 4 rails.
We can't all be Kevin Geeman, you know.
No, if you want to run out there and tell Teddy I'm challenging him on the next match.
I absolutely can do that. I'll sit in the booth and make fun of both Joey Rex and Teddy.
That wouldn't be bad. The two announcers, Joey Rex versus Teddy Bear.
Why not?
What? Announcers matchup.
Announcers action match, 2-man tournament.
You watch me come in completely cold and miss 90% of my fallen hands.
Hey, at that point, yeah, we'll have to.
But I'm ready to go.
Can we put it on the YouTube stream? That's like TVMA at that point, so I can talk about it the way I want to talk.
Porto wants winner. Where are you, Porto?
Oh, see at the neighbor. Are you in the neighborhood, John? Sounds like we got some Monday madness going on that doesn't involve the actual league thing. That's starts at 6:30. Heck.
Oh.
I don't know what the heck's going on. I don't like this rack, so I'm going to start over.
What did just happen?
I have no idea. Oh, John, all right. See, I live about, literally as the crow flies, 3/4 of a mile from Yale Billiards. But it takes me 10 minutes to get here because I have to go from the ridges, down Route 68, and then all the way up North Plains Industrial. So it's a 10-minute drive.
I'm about 5 minutes to 6 minutes away, depending on lights and...
Nah.
They say you're not allowed to break without the person there, and that's why he re-racked.
It's a good theory.
It's very possible.
Oh, I know exactly where you live. My friend MJ, when he was going to Quinnipiac University, was living in those apartments as well.
Oh, wow. Yeah. The new ones or...
MJ is in the new ones. I don't know where John lives. But the ones that were constructed, those big, giant brick buildings that are...
Yeah.
I'm going to go with southwest of the train station.
South. Talking about?
Oh, southeast of the train station. So I'm a Wallingford townie, so the train station to me is still the center of town. But now the new train station
Yeah, that's them. The brick
is
build, the new brick
the
building.
giant brick building between the two train stations.
Yeah.
That's exactly where John is. And yeah, that's where my friend MJ lived. Dropped him off many a night after bartending down at the old Dublin. Yeah. He's in those apartments. He can literally get in the car, bang a left onto is it Hall Avenue, bang a right on North Plains Industrial, and then yeah, he can. Living room has a beautiful view of the graveyard. Yeah, it's a nice graveyard when people aren't messing around with it. Oh, Teddy. Go out there and beat him with a wet noodle. He's just getting rid of the 9.
Getting rid of the 2-9 combo. Not a bad play. Get rid of the 2-9 combo, because if you miss you, it's pretty he's going for it, that's for sure.
I think I would have just pocketed the 9 and put it on the spot, but works too.
Eddie, I'm challenging you to a match after this.
Announcer battle.
Do you accept it? The announcer battle?
Saying that because he's probably on the phone right now. Watching it on
He was chatting with us earlier. Well, let's see here. Don't see a phone on the rail.
table.
Yeah, but you usually
Oh yeah, what he's
yeah. Didn't end up bad for him.
He goes cross-eyed. Thinking about here, but stinks of safe to me, but I don't know what Petter Bailey is thinking. Almost got it cross-eyed. Would love to know what Teddy was thinking there. He didn't even come close to pocketing the 2. And by missing with that degree of yeah, at him, I was heading towards my recliner, but then I was 3 minutes from my house, and then I get the double notification that's always indicative of the shark stream. It's YouTube, you have a new notification. Facebook, you have a new notification. I'm like, okay, I know that's the shark stream.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm clicking on the button as I'm at a stop sign, and I see that it's Teddy. And I decided, all right, Sean, combat roll. We're going to slow down to 5 miles an hour. You're going to get out of the car, and I'm going to head right down to Yale Billy. I got to go down there and have some fun. So, yeah, no, I'm not in my recliner. I am sitting here in the gamer chair to the right of Joe Raccio, enjoying the spectacle we are seeing right now. And there's a rumor that Lucas might be up to something in a little while, so maybe we'll see what's going on there. Yeah, 20 hours in the booth this weekend wasn't enough for me. I just felt the need to come down. Can I settle this? Teddy and Joe said they felt very bad for me that I was sick. I didn't believe them. Of course, we're all empathetic human beings. Nobody wants to see another person suffering, do we?
No. Not
I mean,
me.
Teddy may. I mean, I can't evaluate Teddy's character, but yeah, I can attest.
I am the
like
most
that-
empathetic person that ever lived. I may have a tough exterior. I may be loud, annoying, and obnoxious at times,
Not gonna argue with any part of that.
but you tell me there's something wrong and I will help.
Teddy, nobody's paying me. I guess there's a barter relationship.
No, I think there's a thing where people don't really understand my personality. Sometimes my personality, just frustration gets to me, and frustration in my life, that's has nothing to do with people around me.
Fair.
Uh, like I said, I have a lot of walls too.
This is the greatest thing ever. It's funny. You spend 8 hours in a booth with a guy, and then you start to like him. So, I feel your pain, Patty.
It's funny because I was on the road and I got this message from somebody, right? And I was working my truck driving job, so I was on the road, 11 hours driving every day. I got this message from somebody that I had no idea who they really were, and they asked me to help them with a printer problem, and I think I spent hours and hours trying to. Just because I am that type of person. I think I get a bad rep sometimes from a lot of people that,
Teddy.
maybe I'm not what they wanted me to be or thought that I could be or whatever, and
You can leave some pretty epic passive aggressive notes on the monitor.
this is true. Like, don't touch my.
Don't touch my shh. And rather than replying in kind myself, I was in the booth with Andy Gow that weekend, and sure enough, he came up with an even more epic response, like, Joe, I'll touch your shh dash Andy.
Yeah.
Greatest response ever.
Yes, it was. I laughed. I laughed really hard when I saw that, I have to say. Now, you have to understand that
The only thing that was missing from that passive aggressive note was literally a salutation that said, Brian, comma, don't touch my shh. And like I said, my longtime friend Andy decided to handle the situation gracefully, so it was all good.
But so you know, Brian, that message was written after 5 hours of attempting to fix whatever it was that got broken and needed to be
I swear I had it fixed when I left, but okay. And I will have you know that there is a USB key in the safe in Bobby's office that has an entire backup of this entire server.
Nice.
Just to make sure, because if I ever screw up that bad again, there's a script on the D drive that will keep that USB key up to date. If I ever screw up that bad again, I can always erase my tracks.
Do you know how far that'll set us back? Did you do it with the new scoreboard? Does it back up?
I did
quickly?
it. I don't. I only back up when I can grab the key, plug it in, and run the script. But the script takes about 30 seconds to run a differential backup. But there is a backup just in case because of the absolute paranoia you instilled in me. So here we are.
Paranoia I instilled.
If I
assumed it was the paranoia I instilled in Bobby.
Oh, no. It was like, if I screw it up again, I want to make sure that I can erase any tracks that I'd ever been there. And that's just 30 years of being in IT programming departments. I wasn't here, white button. Joe will never know I changed anything. I did. I actually went to Walmart. Bought two $20, I don't know, 256 gig keys.
Nice.
USB 3.0s. Slapped it in. I'm like, all right, let me write a real quick script. Shark Stream anti-Brian screwing around script.
Yeah, just remember that anytime I have to default to backup, a lot gets lost because
The right thing to do. I have a 40 terabyte storage system in my house. We could actually
mirror.
mirror it to there if you ever felt the need.
I mean, this computer actually has 2 hard drives.
It does.
They're both, what, a couple terabytes? They're pretty big.
At least one. But, God forbid there's some kind of electrical disturbance here that never happens, right?
No, never happened.
And it fries the entire computer. Now we're back to square one. So having a backup's not a bad plan.
I actually backed this up to the laptop too.
Oh, good.
It's not very hard to do.
Like I said, I have
From time to time.
a media service in my house, so I got a whole lot of drives sitting in my technology closet. And if we ever wanted to, it would be very easy to just sort of mirror the system over there and have daily, weekly, monthly backups.
Well, Teddy, wasn't a bad leave. Yeah, he's got a 2-8 combo or
I
a
actually recently took a picture
rough bank.
of my technology closet
Hmm.
Because I recently uninstalled the trivia system we had here at Yale at the Meriden Elks. We uninstalled it there. We're going to have it at the Wallingford Elks, and now it's sitting in my technology closet. But you can see, oh no, we're not going to stop bragging anytime soon. Do you think people are playing pool here? But
Bailey's trying for a comeback here. This is going to be tough.
that's 15 hard drives. That's how it works.
I have about somewhere around 10 terabytes or 12 terabytes between, actually, no, actually 16 terabytes with 3 hard drives, between 3 hard drives. These are, I thought these were really big.
Well, you can get 20 now on a single spinner.
Yeah. They are 1 terabyte. No.
Capacity's one.
Yeah, 1 terabyte. For what we do, it's not,
Oh, for what we do, unless we were actually
And there's actually 2 of them.
recording all of Sharkstream history, we
Yeah.
wouldn't need more than that at all.
I mean, realistically, a RAID system would have been nice to have set up, but of RAID system.
Like I said, not like there's any electrical issues down here.
The odds of frying 3 hard drives at the same time.
If they're all plugged into the same power supply, you could fry all 3 at the same time. I've seen it happen.
True.
Yeah, welcome to the Nerd Show, and welcome to our TED Talk, Pat. I'm sorry, Patty. We're talking about the innards of how the Sharkstream brings all this wonderful pool-related media to you.
I said
Somehow we still have 24 people watching us, so, and somebody must be interested. Oh, they're probably just looking at Teddy.
I get a bad rap sometimes, and a lot of that has to do with my fight or flight response. It's always fight.
You have no amygdala, just an on switch?
Always fight. I feel bad after, and that's the bad part.
After you've set the place on fire, like, well, that I probably overreact.
Yeah, but then I justify it by putting up a bigger wall for people to climb over.
Fair.
Oh, Teddy, no.
That wasn't Teddy, that was Bailey.
Oh, Teddy, no. Bailey, no.
No, bad Bailey.
I mean, he did get lucky because even if he makes it, he doesn't have the 6.
Have an offer on the table, Patty.
Patty, I thought we were still friends.
Teddy going long time. Got good position, too. My goodness. Hand position
Can you
on
close that door?
Sure. You got these mics all squared away. We don't have to close
It's
them.
not that.
It's just you're annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to stop calling you Carocho?
You can call me whatever you want.
I can call you Betty. Betty when you call me. You can
Although
call
just
me-
remember, my father's listening from heaven. That was his last name, so.
Yeah, well, we have a little handshake there, and I think that's the end of this set.
That is the end of this set. Eddie to the booth. Is he accepting the challenge?
I'm sensing that Teddy's on a straight march to this room, so I'm gonna go ahead and open the door again.
Looks like somebody else is grabbing the. You're not accepting my challenge, there, buddy.
Challenge. I haven't heard you or anything.
Oh, I challenged you to a match on the
Announcer's duel.
Okay.
announcers duel right now.
Oh,
looks like you got a.
can't. Nope. There's actually a sharkless match coming up.
Oh no!
Camille and Hector are playing in a sharkless match.
This is what's going on in 4 right now.
Yep. They're gonna jump into it right now.
Hector.
Do we have permission to stream it?
Yeah, they don't care.
I
thought-
I would
the
want to
sharkless-
reset it.
You'd have to
though.
reset.
So go ahead, reset it, and so we can see what they're doing. Because thank you, Cheryl. Appreciate it. Reset it so I can see if they're definitely doing sharkless because they have 9 balls set up already. So
All right.
we'll see. I'll get right back to you.
All right, you heard it here. Everybody that's tuned in, we're gonna shut down the stream real quick, find out what's going on, and we'll be back live in 5 minutes probably.
All right.
Pat, good. Pat.
Hey, thanks, Pat. You the man.
Yeah.
We want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors here on the Shark Stream. You have Connecticut APA, SigmaWare, Agency One Group, Jacoby Custom Cues, Women in Pool, Mabel's Tables at Michael's Deli, NM Billiard Sales and Service, 11 Hall Avenue, Wallingford, Connecticut, KM Maintenance, JT's Pool Cue Repair, Salotto app, Mark Anthony Home Improvements, Tommy's